Welcome to our today's anatomy class. If you haven't watched my video on the pituitary gland, ensure you do so. In our today's class, we'll be looking at the anatomy of the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is one of the endocrine glands. It's situated in the neck, in front of the larynx, in front of the larynx, in front of the larynx, and what? Trachea. Situated in front of the larynx and trachea. And this gland is surrounded by a fibrous capsule. Surrounded by a fibrous capsule. Surrounded by a fibrous capsule. The thyroid gland has two lobes. We have the left lobe, and the what? And the right lobe. So the lobes are joined at a point known as the isthmus. In adults, the thyroid gland weighs on 25 grams. It weighs 25 grams. Now, this thyroid gland is made up of what? Spherical follicles. It's made up of spherical follicles. So there are a lot of spherical follicles that are present in the thyroid gland, and these follicles contain cells. These follicles contain cells. So the cells that we have in the thyroid follicles produce a chemical substance called colloid. So the spherical follicle the cells of the spherical follicle produce a thick, sticky protein material or substance known as colloid. The colloid contains thyroid hormones. The colloid contains thyroid hormones. These thyroid hormones are two. We have the tetraiodothyronine and what we call the triiodothyronine. So the spherical follicle of the thyroid gland produce colloid. The colloid contains thyroid hormones. These thyroid hormones are tetraiodothyronine and triiodothyronine. The tetraiodothyronine, we can represent it as T4, while the triiodothyronine can be represented as T3. So this one, the tetraiodothyronine is more abundant than what? The triiodothyronine. But the triiodothyronine is more physiologically potent, it's more physiologically active. So when the tetraiodothyronine is transported to target tissues, they are usually converted to triiodothyronine before they can elicit effects on body tissues. So I would say that what are the functions of these thyroid hormones? What are the functions? What are the functions of thyroid hormones? These thyroid hormones, which are tetraiodothyronine and what? Triiodothyronine. Primarily, these hormones increase basal metabolic rates and heat productions. So they increase the rate at which food molecules are converted to energy in the human body. And they also influence the effect of other hormones such as adrenaline and even noradrenaline. And these hormones also play a role in the growth of body tissues. The thyroid hormones play a role in the growth of body tissues. I would say that it is imperative to note that, like lying between the spherical follicles of the thyroid gland, we have some cells. We have some cells that lie in between the follicles. So these cells are known as parafollicular. They are known as parafollicular cells. And these parafollicular cells that lie in between the spherical follicles produce hormones known as calcitonin. They produce hormone known as calcitonin. So what is the function of this hormone called calcitonin produced by the parafollicular cells lying in between the spherical follicles of the thyroid gland? The calcitonin lower raised blood calcium level. When blood calcium level increases, calcitonin will be produced to lower it to its physiologically level, to its physiologic level. So the calcitonin does that by promoting the storage of calcium in bones. So if the calcium level in the blood is too much, calcitonin increase the reabsorptions of this calcium by bone cells so that they can be what? They can be stored in the bones. Calcitonin also increase what? The calcitonin also inhibits the absorption of calcium from kidney tubules into the bloodstream. So that instead of absorbing calcium from kidney tubules into the bloodstream, the calcium, the excess calcium will rather be what? Will be excreted in the urine. In the urine. So I would say that what is the blood supply of this gland called the thyroid gland? The thyroid gland. The blood supply, one, the arterial supply, which is the artery that carries oxygenated blood to the thyroid gland, is superior and inferior thyroid arteries. Superior and inferior thyroid arteries. So these are the two vessels that carry oxygenated blood to the thyroid gland. While the venous drainage is the what? Is the thyroid veins. Thyroid veins. So thyroid veins carry the oxygenated blood from the thyroid gland, draining it into the what? Into the internal jugular vein. While the nerve supply of this structure are sympathetic and parasympathetic neurons. So I would say that what are the clinical correlates of this structure? The clinical correlates of this structure called the thyroid gland. Clinical correlates. One, we'll be talking about hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism. Secondly, we'll talk about hypothyroidism. So hyperthyroidism is a clinical condition whereby there is excess production of thyroid hormones, where there is hyperproduction, hypersecretions of thyroid hormone, and this can result to what? Weight loss. It can result to increased appetite. It can result to nervousness, increased nervousness, among other symptoms. Now, why hypothyroidism is a clinical condition whereby there's underproduction, there's low productions of what? Thyroid hormones. And when there's hypothyroidism before puberty, it results to a condition. Hypothyroidism before puberty results to a condition called cretinism. So hypothyroidism before puberty result to a condition called cretinism. While hypothyroidism after puberty result to a condition called mesoedema. Mesoedema. So in children we have cretinism, in adults we have mesoedema. So a child with cretinism will be physically small. The child will have a small stature because there is impaired physical development. The child also will have intellectual disability. While an adult with mesoedema will suffer from dry skin, the adult will have weight gain, like puffy face. The adult also will present with symptoms such as slow heart rate, among other symptoms. So these are the clinical conditions that are associated with this gland called the thyroid gland. I'm Simon, your anatomy educator. I look forward to seeing you in my next class. Remember to subscribe and share this video.